In 1980, my next guest was the first Black West Indian to play one-day international cricket for England. And then the following year, in 1981, he played his first Test match for England against the West Indies in Barbados, of all places, the place of his birth. What an occasion. He won't like me reminding him that's over 40 years ago now, but he still looks exactly the same. The big afro's gone. But welcome, and such a pleasure to have Mr. Roland Butcher with us today. How are you, Roland?
Darren, it's a great pleasure to be on your show again. I was on obviously sometime before, but always a great pleasure. And yeah, I'm fine. Everything's great and a bit older, but we're all getting old.
You look the same, my friend. You look exactly the same. Yeah, it's nice to transport to Barbados. It's cold and windy. There've been lots of storms here in England lately, but I'm guessing over there it's 27 to 30 degrees, maybe a shower, bit of breeze coming in from the west.
Absolutely. I've just looked on at my computer and it's actually 29 degrees and business as usual, so to speak. Yeah, I've been following the troubles that you've been having in England, which is quite unprecedented, but that's something that we face possibly on a yearly basis, because as you know, the hurricane season really is between June and November, so it is always possible that you could have something of that nature. Fortunately, most of the time you don't, but I'm sure that England has the capacity to deal with those type of problems.
Yeah, that's true. And Barbados too. I mean, I've been there in hurricane season, and a couple of times when the wind and the rain have got quite wild. But luckily, I believe Barbados hasn't been hit for quite a long time now. There's never been a direct hit. It seems to just the Lord God just pushes the hurricanes left or right and just preserves Barbados.
Well, that's what people say, but I think it's more to do with our geography. I think we are the most easterly of all the Caribbean islands. So as a result, really most of those things bypass us and then go towards the Windward Islands, who tend to get most of the damage. So I guess we're fortunate purely by where we're located. Listen, Americans don't bother me at all because, you know, as a kid, I grew up with those threats. And to be quite honest, when we do have the rains and the high winds, I do actually enjoy it as a change. So, it's something that you live with and you learn to live with it, just as going forward, we're going to have to learn how to live with COVID. So, that's just another function of what goes on in the world.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my dad tells me when he was growing up in Guyana, it wasn't really a big thing, but then because that's, again, geography, Guyana's so far southwest of where you are, the storms tend to miss down there as well.
Yeah, that's very true. You never hear of Guyana having to batten the hatches down for an approaching hurricane.
So Barbados, it's a busy time out there, cricket-wise. England are about to visit for the part 2 of their tour, the Red Ball part. Just tell me, how's Barbados faring now that England is getting out of the COVID restrictions and everything? How's the situation in Barbados?
In Barbados, we're fully open. There are no restrictions. There's no curfew. Everything is, I say, we're pretty much back to normal. Obviously, back to normal with the new protocols. Lots of people arriving all over the world from Barbados to enjoy what they haven't been able to enjoy for the last couple of years. So Barbados is very much back to normal. Yes, we've been pretty busy the last month or so in relation to cricket. England were here for 5 T20s with a huge following, as you would expect once England are in the Caribbean. That went extremely well. At that time, the government had given permission for 50% of the stadia, all vaccinated. Why they said 50%, I'm pretty sure I saw at least 75% within the stadia. Now those restrictions are removed. I understand it's 80 to 100% right now. So there's a huge influx of English supporters coming to the region. As you know, most of the England supporters, they tend to do a couple of weeks. So they do back-to-back tests. So the first test match is usually Antigua. So they'll go Antigua, Barbados, and the test match starts here on the 16th. So it's going to be extremely busy during that period, and we're looking forward to it.
It's always a great occasion, England and the West Indies. How's it to get tickets out there? Will people, if they are just arriving, be able to get tickets in the box office, or is it sold out?
Well, I think what people need to do right now is, because most of the tickets are sold online. So what I suggest they do is really that they have to go online and order their tickets, and don't leave it for the last minute until they get here. You don't want to be disappointed. Secure your tickets before you come. That would be the preferred choice of me really advising people. It's not like before where you had to come and get your tickets. You can get them online, and you know that you've actually got them.
So I remember doing that back in the 90s, just getting up early in the morning and queuing up and making sure I was a bit in the shade, and making friends with some local guys that were selling sugar cane and all the other stuff that the street vendors sell out there.
Yeah.
But listen, this summer you're not going to be there. You're going to be over here for the English summer. So, what's the occasion? What are you doing coming to the UK?
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. Yes, I'm going to be in the UK for a number of months from the beginning of June, really on a diversity, exclusivity, and equity tour. The whole reason really for something like that, we're all fully aware of what is going on at the moment in relation to cricket in England. Following the Azim Rafiq revelations and then the findings, and then obviously what happened in the Parliament, really the fallout from that really has reverberated really all around England. The ECB, who didn't come out of that really that clean in terms of how they handled the whole project, now really have to do a lot of work, to ensure that people can believe in them, and also the counties themselves. I mean, initially, obviously, it was Yorkshire, didn't fill themselves with glory, but the revelations from a lot of the other counties as well has really shown that there is need for this type of thing. And having been the first black cricketer to have played for England, and not just the first black cricketer to play for England, but also someone who played at Middlesex County Cricket Club in perhaps the most diverse cricket team ever to play in England, and not just to play in that team, but to also be the most successful team because of that diversity. I believe that I have a story to tell to the young generations of people coming up. We're looking really to be engaging, schools, colleges, universities, first-class counties, cricket clubs, minor counties, associations. And we're also looking to do a lot of work at the corporate level as well, for companies as well, because all of those things, diversity, inclusivity, and equity, are very important in the workplace as well. So we believe the timing is absolutely right for this type of tour. And I'm really looking forward to, engaging with the different types of audiences in England, for 3 or 4 months. Yeah, I would also like to add, Darren, that Desmond Haynes will be coming with me on the back end of the tour. Initially, we were going to do the tour together right from the start, but a little matter got in the way when he was handed the job of chief selector of the national team. And as a result, this particular year, 2022, is extremely busy for the national side. There are so many series. It is unbelievable. So he's going to be pretty tied up. And so he'll join me for probably the last 3 weeks, towards, say, the 3rd week in August, to about mid-September.
Roland, we're gonna make you very welcome at Brentwood Cricket Club. Courtesy
well,
of
I will look forward to it, and Essex is a fun place for me, and I have some very good friends there. And now you talk about Essex, I noticed that today is John Lever's birthday, so had to
That's
send him a greeting, and a good old Essex man.
73 years old. I can't believe it.
Yeah. I mean, it's time waits for no man.
No, yeah, that's true. That's true. So you're going to be here. If people are interested, so you're quite happy to either have training sessions, just a bit of mentoring, even just to spend time and just discuss things, I suppose. How do people take part in this? What's the best way for them to reach out?
Yeah, basically, we have there's a company in England run by Shawn, who's it's called In Tune Communications and Entertainment, and basically they are putting together the schedule for us throughout the year. At the bottom of the brochure that we've done to advertise this, it has Shawn's details, and really, he is the one that I put everyone in touch with who contacts me. He makes contacts. Obviously, he's been in contacts with all the the cricket clubs in the UK and schools and everything, and he's coordinating the whole project from his end in England.
I've just got his email address here. I've got the brochure in front of me, so it's Shawn at intunecom.co.uk. So it's SHAWN at intunecom, INTUNE.com.co.uk. So if anyone watching or listening to this wants to meet up with two absolute legends of the game and learn a lot of stuff, go through Shawn, and I'll put on the video, I'll put the link across the screen. And it's not just cricket as well, is it, Roland? You're a big football fan as well.
Yeah, I mean, sport is something that is very dear to me. It's not only cricket. Obviously, a lot of people would know me from cricket, but I had a very good football career as well. I played semi-professional in England. I was the first black player to play football for Stevenage, which is a football league club. I am a holder of a UEFA B licensed coaching certificate. I did my coaching certificate with Brendan Rodgers. I then worked for Brendan Rodgers when he was academy director at Reading. He asked me to come and work with him. I worked with him as a coach, ran my own team. I played football and coached at Arsenal through their soccer schools for 10 years, and I played for their ex-professional and celebrity team for over 10 years. So, I do have a good history in football, and in more recent times, the last 2 years, I've written a coaching manual called Achieving Excellence Caribbean Soccer Coaching Manual, which now has been adopted in South Africa by the Mintlangu Foundation, which is going to be rolled out not just in South Africa, but in another dozen African countries. So yes, football is very dear to me, and I watch a lot of football here in Barbados.
Is Arsenal your team then?
And sadly, my two teams, Manchester United and Arsenal, who are not having the greatest of times.
I love watching football in Barbados. When I come, I stay up the west coast, right at the top, past Spitestown, and there's a little place called St Elmo's, which is at Moontown, which is a tiny fishing village. You know the place?
Yes, I do. Yeah, yes.
And there's a great little run up there.
Yeah, it was owned up there by I think he was a minister.
That's it.
Mr. Kelman. Kelman is his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like to go in there and watch Premier League football with some of the local guys, because it's a different experience to watching it down the pub here.
It sure is. And listen, there's a lot of football fans here in Barbados and the Caribbean, without a shadow of doubt. I mean, they know all the English teams and all the players. They follow them incessantly, and not just English football. I can watch a different league in Barbados every single night. You can watch the Bundesliga, you can watch La Liga, you can watch Serie A, you can watch the French league, you can watch the Dutch league, the Brazilian league. Football is everywhere. So people are absolutely crazy about football in the Caribbean. And to be honest, when it comes to participation in sport, football is way ahead of any other sport in the Caribbean. Even here in Barbados, the biggest participation sport is football.
Is that a challenge to cricket? People always say about basketball, but I've never believed this thing about basketball. It's for me, from what I've seen firsthand, it's football. Is that distracting people from cricket?
I would think so. Yes. Listen, when you have football rammed down your throat 24/7, 7 days a week, and it's done, and you're seeing all of these world stars on show, and then also you see the sums of money that they earn, you can see the attraction for football. So, football doesn't have to work very hard, to get players or to get fans, because the game is marketed so well on a global scale that the attraction is there, straight away. So, football here amongst kids is huge. They just love the sport. And dream, I guess they dream one day to be one of those superstars, to be a Ronaldo or a Messi or someone like that.
Well, also you see, and I've seen firsthand as well, a lot of big football stars come on holiday in Barbados and go to some of the attractions, and they never.
A lot of them go to their own homes.
Yeah.
Because quite a few of them have very, very expensive homes here on the West Coast. And obviously they come as often as they can. I mean, Rooney and others are regular visitors, to Barbados. And obviously they've got properties. So, when they get a chance, they come here. And not obviously not just footballers, but you get lots of cricketers who come here, who a lot of them own homes as well. So, it's a place. It's home away from home for them.
And Bajans are pretty respectful. They leave them alone. They're not easily impressed. It's not like England where they go chasing them around with phones or whatever else. Bajans are, so what? Yeah, leave them alone.
Yeah, I think Barbadians are pretty laid back in that respect. And I think you can understand that because, the culture in Barbados, cricket has been the culture. And from the year dot, cricket has produced some of the greatest players in the world. So they're used to seeing, these stars from cricket, walking around on a daily basis. So that has never been something that impresses them because, they see them all the time. So I guess once you have seen those stars, and you see Sir Garfield and Sir Everton and Sir Clyde Walker and Sir Wes Hall and Sir Charles Griffith, and now Sir Desmond Haynes and Sir Gordon Greenidge, and the likes before him. When you see all of those sort of people, then you can understand why the people get pretty blasé about sports stars, because they see them all the time. The place is so small. Yeah. You have to run into them wherever you go.
And they even have roundabouts named after them as well.
Well, yes. And then you throw in Rihanna, and when Rihanna is here, she's not treated like a superstar. She's just treated like another Barbadian, and to be quite honest, she behaves just like another Barbadian and not a superstar.
Yeah. So, Webby, have you got a date for Roland and Desi to turn up at Brentwood?
Not yet. No, we're working on a date, but and maybe we'll do both. You don't know yet, We're going to have a large marquee in the middle of July, which I'm sure Roland could fill on his own, and then hopefully Desi can come along towards the end of August, I think, isn't it? Desi's here.
Yeah, that's right. He's coming here the 24th, 25th of August. Let's hope you don't want me to play any cricket, so that would be the only drawback.
Well, you be careful what you wish for. If you're here on the 22nd of July,
I will talk as much as you like.
Legends.
No, but that would be fantastic, and I would really look forward to that for sure.
Well, we're going to drag you into the Phoenix FM studio at some point as well, so you can join us and tell us some more stories. So the dates I've got for the Roland Butcher experience, the Roland Butcher summer tour, is from the 1st of June to the 15th of September. And then again, you're back again on October, for the whole of October, it looks like, 1st to the 30th of October.
Yes, I'll be back for the Black History Month, as you know, which is October. So that will be an important time as well. So we'll come home for a few weeks and come back. But being in the UK will be good because, listen, my kids live in the UK. I have 2 grandchildren in the UK as well. My father's still there. My brothers and sisters, their children. So I have more family in England than I do in Barbados. So I really will be home. So that would be great for them as well.
When you come back here, do you adopt the old Stevenage accent again?
Well, my father still lives in Stevenage, and my brothers, I have two brothers and a sister that still live in Stevenage, so I can't get away from it. And listen, Stevenage is very dear to my heart because Stevenage is what gave me everything that I have now, really. I had a really good time living in Stevenage. My opportunities were given at Stevenage Cricket Club, which is the local club, and the people who were connected with the clubs who then pushed me further on from there. So Stevenage will always be a very special place to me, and a place that I will always go back to. I'm still in touch with all the guys that I played with, even during that period. Even some maybe all different parts of the world, but we're still very much in touch. And it's that sort of club. I mean, it really is it's a real family club, and I enjoy going back there and just meeting the old people. I'm old myself, but I go back and be an old person.
Well, we look forward to welcoming you to the UK. And just a reminder again, the dates 1st of June to 15th of September, and for all of October, 1st to 30th of October. And then Desmond Haynes becomes part of the experience from the 25th of August to the 15th of September. If you want to take part, if you want to come and meet these true legends of the game, and just talk, learn from these guys, get in touch with Shawn Belugi. His email is shawn@intunecom.co.uk, shawn@intunecom.co.uk.
Darren, we will very soon be announcing the date that we're going to have Roland and hopefully Desi as well at Brentwood. So watch this space for that one as well.
Can I come?
Fair enough, yeah. If you spend as much in the auction as you usually do, then yes, you can.
Right, well, we look forward to seeing you here, and I look forward to catching up with you in Barbados, Roland. Let's have some fish cakes and some hot sauce.
Yeah, of course. Darren, listen, when you're coming, just let me know, and we'll make sure that you definitely have a good time. A shame you can't make it out for this current test series coming up, but some other time, and we'll certainly make sure you have a good time.
We will do. Okay, Roland.
Starway, Darren.
Hey?
Room for a starway.
Yeah, there's a big part of me just itching to get over there for watching. You can't be watching Test match cricket in the Caribbean and talking with the locals. And like Roland says, they're so knowledgeable about everything. Whether it's cricket, football, and world sport, it's just incredible. I
think this time round, they'll want to talk even more because they haven't been able to talk a lot for the last 2 years. So, the 5 matches that England played here were the first international matches that we've had, for probably over a year. I think Pakistan, Australia were the last one. So, this was the first matches where spectators could go. Pakistan and Australia were played behind closed doors. So really, yeah, they'll have a lot to chat about. Sure, the 2 years of pent up, I wouldn't say aggression, but something to release.
Yeah, some expert analysis and some Mount Gay rum as well. Okay, Roland, we'll let you crack on. I'm about to run out of time on this Zoom account, so we'll wrap it up there. But we will put the brochure on our website and on our social media so people can see all the details. And yeah, when you do come here, we'll give you a very warm welcome indeed.
Well, thank you, Darren. It's a great pleasure being on the show, and certainly look forward to seeing you when I get to England.
Absolutely, absolutely. Roland Butcher, many thanks.